guys, Wendy here, and I'm not gonna apologize for my messy room because this time it's not so messy. I'm apologizing for my messy appearance. I should probably get a little more dressed up for these videos, but just came back from working out, so excuse me. Anywho, today, as you can see from the title, I think the titles are down here now. I want to be talking about intrusive thoughts. So I know I kind of touched upon this in other videos, but I think it deserves its own video in order to understand what it is. So intrusive thoughts, for those of you who don't know, are thoughts that I think everybody gets these. Everybody in the world gets these. But they are like a million times more extreme with people with OCD or Tourette's or a bunch of I think what else? I don't know. A lot of different people get them. And so what they are is if you ever think of a okay, let me start all over, right? Okay, so let's say for me, if you guys constantly see me shaking my head, doing my other little tick, it's because I'm thinking of something bad, usually. Sometimes it's just an urge, but sometimes it's that. So let's say I'm just sitting here, this and that, and then I've used an example before of me going to bed and then I think of something bad. I use the example of my dog dying as what was happening, but that isn't like the most extreme it gets. Like the most extreme ones are usually like awful things, like violent, sexual, and it's not that we're gonna act upon any of these thoughts, mind you. It's just like you're in your head like, oh, worst thoughts, and you're like, get out of my head. You're not gonna act upon it. It's not schizophrenia or anything like that. You think of it and you're like, must do. There's other things that like it's kind of like an urge. Like let's say some people with Tourette's have like punching tics, and it's again not like it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's not a voice telling you like, oh, punch them and you'll feel better. That's not what it is. It's like the urge, like let's say for me, like, oh, I'm gonna get this tick in a second. So like let's say this muscle, it'll feel good if I punch. So like it like let's say someone's standing there and I do the tick anyway, it's like I'm gonna punch them. Or like it'll feel good on this part, and then so you have to punch like walls or punch like chairs or anything like that. But just so you could satisfy this tick, that's what you're doing. So that's not what intrusive thoughts are. So intrusive thoughts would be like some of the worst ones I get, especially when like let's say I drive or anything like that. It's like let's say I stop like at a pedestrian walkway. I'm stopped there, and then like let's say a group of children are passing by. There, it's like I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna let go of the brake right now. I'm just gonna go full gas, and I could change their lives. I could kill them right now, like that. And I shake my head. I'm like, because who wants to think those things? Who wants to think like I'm gonna kill the freaking group of children walking by to go to school? Like nobody wants to think those things, but that's what's going on through my head. Someone's climbing up a ladder, and I'm holding it for them. I'm like, I'm gonna knock you down. I'm gonna kill you right now. I'm gonna like push you or knock you down. That's what's going in my head, and I'm not going to act upon it again. I'm not going to actually knock them down, but sometimes I have to breathe, step away, and like and do some like a couple ticks like that, like because like let's say a lot of times when I'm holding like let's say a tray of food, or like okay, let's use this as an example. Okay, I have this, right, and then I have something like this on top of it and stuff. Like I'm really bad at holding because I want to drop it. Usually intrusive thoughts are a lot more sinister than that. It's not really like it's usually mine. Again, I'm using this as an example. Mine are usually like kill or like nasty thoughts. I don't even want to think about them. But again, it's just like since I've lived with them my whole life, like yeah, every day it's nonstop. But it's like at the back of my head now. It's not like when I was small, I thought I was like an evil little girl because like I would think these things. I was like, oh, am I like evil? Should I act upon it and stuff like that? Not that I ever did, but that's what was going on. So yeah. So for those of you who have intrusive thoughts and want to like kind of have like not get rid of them because they're not going anywhere, they're here to stay, but if you want to like calm them down, because usually during the night that's when they're like this and that. What I do aside from that, so you guys could try it. For me, it's like that's how I think. It's like shaking the thought away. So like let's say like it's like hovering, like let's say it's like a little fly or a little thought cloud, and you shake it away and it gets away. And it works for me. But even though I'm like shaking the whole day, I rather shake than think of that stuff. So you could do that. This one, since since while I was growing up, like religion was a big part of my family. So now it's kind of like, you know, embedded in me, like, oh, religion solves everything and this and that, even though I'm not religious at all. In my head, I'm constantly saying, sorry God, sorry God, sorry God. Like, that's what's going on. And I've been doing that since I was small, since ever. And like, again, it's like just second-hand nature, just like, it's an intrusive thought, sorry God, intrusive thought, sorry God, intrusive thought, sorry God. Okay, I have kind of another example of how the intrusive thoughts come in. So if you guys have seen like some of my other videos, I switch thoughts like really quick. Like I'm like, oh, I'm talking this, and then I'm like, oh, but then this and that, and then I like switch over here, and then so I'm like all over the place, right? So I might be like too hyperactive for some of you. But if you see me like apologizing a lot or like switching in order to be a little more correct on like the thoughts that I have and stuff, so like let's say I'm like saying like, oh, okay, I don't even have a good example for that, but like let's say I'm talking and then I switch a thought really fast. It's because in my head I'll be like, I'll correct myself in my head, so I'll be like, let's say I'm saying, oh, okay, so this is how I treat my Tourette's and this and that, because like if you guys see, like I'm very like, I try to be very chipper and this and that and like take it like that. So then in my head I'm like, oh, what do people think? Like, oh, this is a very serious like topic and this and that, you're taking it more like a joke. And I'm like, oh, you're right, let me correct myself. So then I'll jump to another thought talking in the video and I'll be like, oh, but this and that. And then in my head I'll be like, oh, that's still not correct it a little more. So then that's why I'll keep jumping in topics, so it looks like I'm just being very hyperactive, but just in my head I'm always trying to correct myself to not sound like, again, like I'm gonna correct myself now, like I don't want to sound like too, I don't know, like not inappropriate, but like I don't know, like if I say like my own opinion, my head won't let me say my own opinion. It'll be like, no, you're being like, that's bad. I don't know if I'm explaining myself right, but that's like it's like a funny thing to think about, that like some of you that have Tourette's probably understand what I'm saying by just like these short little like comments that I'm making, and you're probably like, yeah, I get you though, because it's really funny when some people with Tourette's, like, we don't even have to say anything, but we kind of understand each other because it's really hard to explain, but you get it. So like, let's say like whenever I talk about like urges and stuff, like I don't even have to go like that thoroughly for people who have Tourette's, because they're like, no, I get you. And then other people are like, well, what are you talking about? Like, do you guys have like a secret little code or something? But it's just something that's like really hard to explain because it's more like a feeling, like, I don't know, it's right here. But yeah, so that's another thing. So yeah, it's kind of weird that I'm like not religious at all, but like even though some of my compulsions or tics like kind of intertwine, oh, my dogs are fighting, kind of intertwined with religious stuff. So like let's say the head thing, like sorry God, sorry God, sorry God. It's not like I'm saying sorry to God. It just, again, it's embedded in me that I'm just like, oh, it'll go away. Or like when I do the sign of the cross, this was relatively new. It's so random how I got it. It's just really weird. But I do it, but like before, the sign of the cross one used to be like really long. Like it was like that. Like I was just doing that over and over, and then like I had to suppress it back into just a little tiny thing. But I digress. Yeah, so intrusive thoughts are not nice thoughts. And again, a lot of you that don't have OCD or Tourette's or anything like that, you guys get the thoughts too. I'm sure you guys do that. Like, I don't know, like you think of something really bad and you'll be like, whoa, why did I just think of that? Or like, oh, I have a gun, I'm gonna go kill someone, or this and that. I don't know, I guess that's a little long stretch, but like, let's say something like that, you might get it, but it won't be, but imagine that feeling throughout the day entirely. Like, there's not 1 second my mind's at rest. It's not like I'm just like, no, like all day my head is like doing something else, as I'm always so tired, because I'm always just like, so just imagine that. The whole day, your head's thinking of bad stuff, and you have to keep saying, like, it's just like an annoying friend, like, in your head. Again, it's you. It's not like I'm hearing voices or anything. It's me, but just like another part of me that's just like, like, shut up. But again, it's just like muffled back there. It's like in the Peanuts, like the parents from the Peanuts that are like, row, 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 row. I'm sorry if none of this video makes sense. It's just that like I have so many thoughts in my head that I'm trying to like let you guys know, and then whenever I'm making videos, I get really excited because I have so much to talk about, and like I try to stay on topic, but sometimes it's real hard. So like, if I didn't stay on topic this time, you guys could always ask me questions, and typing, since I could edit myself out, then I sound like really like, oh, like business. But yeah, so ask me any questions if I left anything out. I'm so sorry. I could always make a follow-up video because I like watching my own videos and seeing what I left out and that, making notes. But yeah, so I try not to put so much information in one video, but if I do, I apologize right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I love hearing about you guys, everything, all the local, like even if it is just a couple of comments, I like hearing from you guys. So yeah, pretty much. All right, until next time. Bye guys.